2005, I was in a Georgia state prison, chained to a bed, giving birth to my daughter with the sheriff watching. 24 hours later, she was snatched out of my arms and I was sent back to a prison that was overcrowded and given a mattress to sleep on the floor. 6 months after that, the chaplain called me to his office to notify me that my mother had died of a massive heart attack. 6 months after my mother died of a massive heart attack, the chaplain called me back yet once again to inform me that my grandmother had now passed away. 18 months later, I was released from prison with a $25 check and a bus ticket and told, go start my life over. I lost everything. I came home to 4 children waiting on me and 3 garbage bags of clothes. But I'm gonna fast forward to 2020. The year of 2020, I found myself sitting in front of President Donald Trump, sharing my story because I was an advocate for criminal justice reform. Once he heard my story, President Trump signed the most historic criminal justice reform piece of legislation in this nation. Not only did he sign the First Step Act, but he also made it illegal for them to chain women to the bed during childbirth because of my story. Not only did he make it illegal, he also gave me a full and unconditional pardon. With that full and unconditional pardon, I ran in the 2020 election against John Lewis, okay? John Lewis passed away and I ended up running against a write-in candidate, Nikema Williams. Today, I want you to know that I am on the very front line fighting for our children and fighting for our babies. Last year, some of you may have even seen me on Dr. Phil with my 19-year-old son, who decided to tell me, with the help of he thought Dr. Phil was gonna help him, that he was now a woman. But how many of you know that the devil is a lie? If you are 18 years old and younger, I need you to stand to your feet. If you're pregnant, I need you to come to the front of the church right now. Just real quick. If you're pregnant, come to the front of the church. If you're 18 and younger, I need you to stand to your feet. Don't be scared, baby. Just come a little bit closer. I ain't gonna bite. Auntie Angie love the kids. Let me tell you all what is at stake. Our babies in the womb, okay? And our children. The enemy comes to do what? Kill, steal, and destroy. Let me break this down to you. He wants to kill our babies in the womb before they're even born, before they even walk in their purpose, okay? He wants to steal the identities of our children. Do you see our children standing up right here? Because if you don't have an identity and you don't know who you are, I can tell you who you are and who you are supposed to be. He also wants to destroy us as a people. See, this is the hill that I'm willing to die on when it comes to our children and when it comes to our babies. Thank you. We are fighting against a satanic agenda that is attacking life from every angle, okay? We are also fighting against a radical LGBTQIA+ agenda for youth. I don't know if y'all heard. I'm worried about the grown folks. That's between them and God. Did you hear what I said? I said we are fighting against a radical LGBTQIA+ agenda that is coming for our children. Do you know what that leads to? Let me break that down. Pastor, can I have 2 minutes? L stands for lesbian, right? B stands for bisexual, right? G stands for gay. What's the other one? LGBTQ, queer, T, transgender. All of them are sexual preferences or identities. Has anybody ever stopped to think, why are we identifying children as a sexual preference? I'm just asking. I don't know no bisexual 5-year-old. I don't know no 6 or 7 gay-year-old. I don't know no 9-year-old transgenders. Do you hear me? This is the time for the church to stand up, because let me tell you what happens when those babies are aborted and when those children are sexually transitioned. That means that is a depopulation agenda that goes against life. And the church cannot stand. The church cannot afford, if we are aligned with people that are going against the very origin of life. I don't know who needs to hear this, but everybody that identifies as LGBTQ came from heterosexuality. if he dead, if he didn't raise you, if he was a deadbeat, if they put you up for adoption. Everybody has a mother and a father. These agendas are against life, the origin of life, the creation of life, the preservation of life. I didn't know I was coming to preach. I didn't know I was coming to preach, but it's just the passion inside of me to let you all know that we have to fight to protect our children. Okay? Wednesday, I'm going to be in Cobb County over at Dwayne Harden's church. We're doing election poll watcher training. You can come train with me. We need you all at the election sites. We need you all watching the polls. You know why? You know why. You know why? Because the people that claim they are for us, for some reason it doesn't seem like they're doing anything to help us. Okay? Because we're sending our children to school to learn. We're not sending them to school to pick a sexual preference. Who carries the baby up to 9 months and then decide they want to abort it? We are fighting against a radical agenda of abortion on demand up until the moment of birth. How many of you know that having an abortion doesn't even stop you from going through the birthing process? You still have to birth that baby. You are either going to give birth to something alive or something dead. We're going to live. Our children are going to live. We are going to protect the minds, the bodies, and the souls of our children. And if you don't, you're going to have a higher power that you have to answer to. Because trust and believe that faith without works is dead. I can't be everywhere at every time. But I'm not afraid to stand up. I'm not afraid to fight back. I'm not afraid to run for office, whether I lose or whether I win. I'm not afraid to show up at the school board meetings. I'm not afraid to show up at the city council meetings. Somebody has to stand up and fight back and say enough is enough.